Alright, so as promised, in my last Xbox video, I mentioned I was going to be making another video about the PlayStation Plus, so here are 10 free games that you can play right now on PlayStation Plus. Let's kick things off with the big one. Alright, so kicking things off at number 10 is a big one, Ghost of Tsushima. Now, this is one of those games that I believe every gamer at least should play this game once in their lifetime, and this is actually the perfect time to play it because the game just got re-released on PC, and I know my PC fanboys are out there excited, but the one advice I have for anybody that's playing this game on PC is to make sure that they're playing it with a PS5 controller, because it just takes advantage of all of those features. You can feel the raindrops in the controller, you can feel how far your bow is being pulled when you're using the bow and arrow. The game just hits different when you're playing it on PS5 or when you're playing it on PC with a PS5 controller. Okay, now moving on to number 9 is definitely God of War 2018. Now, I once saw some discussions online about people preferring the older Kratos to the current older Kratos, pun intended. God of War 2018 is definitely a game that everybody should at least play once in their lifetime. I wasn't the biggest fan at first, but once I started playing the game, I actually got really invested into it. It's a really dope game. Should be one of the best in the series. And at number 8, gonna have to give the spot to Control. Now, I did not finish Control. It's a fairly short game, but I think I spent too much time on it. I got stuck at a level, so I really didn't move any further past that. I got distracted with other games. But all in all, Control, I believe it's set in the Alan Wake universe. It takes a really unique approach. The game literally happens in one building. You just move from one room to another. It's a really good experience. It's one of those games that I feel like I really need to jump back into for me to fully appreciate what the game is going for here. Okay, now coming in at number 7, I'm gonna have to give the spot to a little game called Kina Bridge of Spirits. It's not the longest game, but it is definitely worth getting into. It's one of those games I jumped into the same way that I jumped into Hi-Fi Rush. I had no idea what this game was about. I just watched one trailer and that was enough to hook me. The story of the game is pretty interesting. It takes on a very good approach. The graphics are also they're not too cartoonish, they're also not too realistic, but what it lacks in repetitive combat, it more than makes up for in both story as well as just how the gameplay works around. So Kina Bridge of Spirits is definitely another game that I would highly recommend that you get into. You would probably clap it in what, 11 hours or so. Okay, coming in at number 6 is definitely Horizon Zero Dawn. You can actually play Forbidden West right now. It's also free on PS Plus, but you can't play Forbidden West if you haven't played Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn is actually a really good game. I remember vividly putting in about 60 hours just to play this game. I did not 100% complete it, but a beautiful game to look at. And Horizon Forbidden West is an even more beautiful game to look at. So be sure to check out Horizon Zero Dawn and also jump into Horizon Forbidden West while you're at it. Okay, so before I give you the remaining 5 games, a sub to the channel would be really great. And if you're on Xbox, be sure to check out my top 10 games that you can play on Xbox Game Pass. I'll link that video right below the subscribe button. And coming in at number 5, it has to be The Last of Us Part 1. Now, the free version of this game that's available on PS Plus is not the PS5 optimized version. So if you're looking to just, if you haven't played The Last of Us at all, might as well just play this one. That's the version that I played. I later on went on to play the PS5 version with the adaptive triggers, the enhanced graphics and all of that, but the experience of the game is really good. I mean, at this point, everybody knows what The Last of Us is. I'm actually currently rewatching season 1 of the show. So yeah, be sure to jump into The Last of Us. And at number 4, it has to be Deathloop. This game is set in the Dishonored universe, I believe. Now, also another game that I didn't get to finish, although I did put in quite a number of hours in it. I played this game both on PS5 and then again I played it on Xbox Series S. It's a really good game, proper story. I wasn't too hooked onto it, but it makes up for it in certain gameplay mechanics. And at number 3, this is a game that I absolutely fell in love with because back on PlayStation 1 I used to play Ratchet and Clank quite a bit. So when I jumped into Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I was immediately hooked. I put in quite the amount of hours in this game. I enjoyed every bit of it, and it's just one of those games that I feel if you grew up on Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, or if you grew up on Crash Bandicoot, I think you would definitely appreciate what Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is going for. This is actually one of the first games that they showcased on PS5, how PS5 has got that whole powerful chip inside it, how you can move from one dimension to another without actually going through loading screens. That shit is actually real in this game. And at number 2, it has to be Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, while we wait for Grand Theft Auto 6, I felt it would be a good idea to actually include this game onto this list. This game just recently became free on PS Plus. It was recently free on Xbox, and then it was booted out for, actually didn't last very long when it was on Xbox. So now it's on PlayStation Plus, you may as well just wanna check out this game while we wait for GTA 6, because that's still ways away. And at number 1, it has to be Spider-Man. So you can play this Spider-Man, and also you can play Miles Morales. Both games play really well. You might want to start with Spider-Man 2018 before you jump into Miles Morales. The game also takes advantage of the PS5's haptic feedback. So this is one of those games that I highly recommend everybody to play. Yes, if you're a Spider-Man fan, hell, if you're even a Pac-Man fan, you may as well just want to check this game out. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'm going to be seeing you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe.